House Bill 609. It was both parties were on it, we signed on it, and we were working it. It went to about the very last day. And because we did major tax reform, a lot of the leadership was concerned it would be a big, big undertaking. The House was ready for it. After we had the agreement between the counties and the cities, the magistrates, the County Judge Association, that we were going to change the formula and that all the cities, counties would receive enough funding and we were going to see a lot of projects. So actually it was the time that got us on that. It was a very peculiar session, as everyone understands, but we did work it. It did have a breath of air. Everyone says, is there possibilities? Yes, there is. Since that time, I keep getting approached. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? Well, election year, as everyone knows, we're all trying to win our elections. We're going to look at this whole thing again. Our transportation, our infrastructure needs funding. After several months of testimony from different organizations and from the cabinet, we need to fix something there. I keep saying we are so fortunate that our forefathers had the budget set up where there's a general fund budget and the transportation budget, and it is separated. So since that happened a long time ago, we need to keep the funding coming to transportation. Our roads need repaired. Our bridges need repair all throughout the Commonwealth. You can't say one area was taken care of because it's not. It's needs, and we're going to work on it. I'm going to continue working on it and keep getting the message out there.
So you brought up the formula. A lot of people don't know about how our roads and bridges are funded. You know, we know there's a gas tax, but overall, that's not the only part of this formula. So for people who don't know, kind of tell us about the formula and what the bill sought to change.
Sure. There was a lot in this bill. Our roads funds are funded by the gas tax. Average person, they pay maybe $150, $160 a year in gas tax through the state of Kentucky. Really, that is not a sizable amount, figuring how many miles the average person drives. They don't drive like years ago 10 to 20,000 miles. They are driving all over, taking kids to soccer games, basketball games, doctor shopping. So back in the 40s, the Formula FIS was started where the state was more of a rural area and we had to take care of our rural roads, and we did. So what we did, we sat down, we wanted to make sure that the counties were still taken care of because we have a lot of county roads in this state. We also needed to take care of our cities. Our cities were annexing, and as they annexed, the counties were still having their money, but the city was not increasing their funding. So what we did in this bill, we changed the formula. Over first $825 million stays the same. The counties get their fair share, what they have. And then after that, a new formula would kick in where it would help the cities. They would receive more funding. Since most of our cities, they're grown over the years. Why did they grow? Well, a lot of reasons. Sometime it was for water. Sometime it was sanitation. Sometime there was economic development. So we need to keep up. And transportation has to take the next step forward to make sure that we are funding our system.
So like you said, when you total it up, it doesn't seem like it's that much each person pays. But when everybody is going to the pump every week or whenever they're going, that's something that they tend to get upset about, is how much they're paying at the pump. So what all are you proposing to do in order to fund the roads, and how do you expect to tell people how important it is in order to fund our transportation?
Well, that's good. Okay, people get upset when they go to the gas pump. Well, okay, you know, things happen. You know, there are crises, there's hurricanes, and they shut down refineries, then they come back on. You see the gas prices go up and down. I don't like that at all, but I still hear complaints when people call and they say, potholes are here. Why aren't we fixing potholes? Well, you know, the price of gas went down. That means less money coming into the road formula for maintenance. You know, on this biennium alone, we're spending over $350 million in just maintaining our roads. That's the first time ever. And that is all throughout 120 counties. It wasn't just in northern Kentucky, eastern or western, it's throughout. So everyone's going to see something. Also, you're buying that gas. You're paying for that gas tax. Well, we're going to fix 350 bridges this year in the biennium. That is unbelievable. We have never, ever had that many projects you're going to see it happen. I keep saying, eventually, the plans are drawn now. They're going to put the orange barrels are coming, and people are going to be very, very happy when these projects are completed. They know they have a safe bridge, and they're going to have some nice highways to travel on for new pavement. That's what we're doing.
So there's also a federal aspect to this, federal funding. If we don't fix our road fund, we will lose some federal money. Is that correct?
Correct. There is, we have a lot, okay, so the toll credits have gone away. We no more have the toll credit system. So federal government now saying to the states, it used to be an 80-20 share. Now they're saying we want partnership. We want the states to put more money locally and through the state to fund these projects. So as we're doing this, we're finding that we need some multimodal transportation money in there for our mass transit system, our bus systems, for our airports, our private little, not the general, not the big ones, the little ones. They need funding. We have runways that need taken care of in these private airports, these little guys. There's no funding there for it. If we don't do something, the sooner we're going to lose a lot of money to take care of 350 bridges in the next biennium. We have 1,200 bridges that need to be repaired. We have $1 billion in maintenance roads. Well, if we don't do something that we can fund these big projects through the mass transit and through our portals for our boat system, we're not going to have it. It's going to be hurting. We'll just be using more transportation dollars. Our cars, they're more efficient now. You know, more and more, these people are buying cars, they're going to get 20, 25, 30. When the CAFE standards come, you're going to have 40 miles to a gallon car. You're still driving up and down that road. You're still going to wear and tear on my highways. So we have to make sure that we take care of that. If we don't, we are going to definitely be behind schedule on all this.
So like you said, in the 2018 session, the road fund budget was passed. There's a lot of projects, a lot of repairs that are supposed to be done through that budget. There's a big coalition supporting more road funding in 2019 since we didn't get it done in 2018. How serious is it if we don't do something in the 2019 session?
If we don't do anything in 2019 session, you're going to see very little road projects being started for economic development. We won't have the funding for that. You're going to see very little bridge repairs. You're going to see very, very little maintenance. And I'm just talking about resurfacing some roads. We have more interstates in the state of Kentucky than California does. We have to maintain these roads, these highways. We have to move our freight through these corridors here. If we don't do this, you're going to see lane closures. You're going to see possibility, we don't want to ever see it, exit and entrance ramps, they're going to be sized down. We have to use the funding where the problem is, and that is maintaining our roads and bridges, and also get ready for the next generation of infrastructure.
So finally, you brought up that cars are more fuel efficient. Even some cars are electric now, not even using fuel. No. So what do we do? What is the plan to deal with that? Obviously, we're talking about a gas tax, a little increase, but also how do you deal with those people who aren't even using a gas tax?
The hybrid cars, the electric cars, those people are using biofuels. They're not paying into the gas tax system of what we have. More and more electric cars are being purchased today, which is great if you are able to purchase one and ride on the roads. We need to figure out a fair system. So as when a person purchases a car, when they renew their license plate, when they come into the courts, county clerk, they're going to pay that fee so that we are able to. Right now, they are driving. We don't know how many are out there. More and more coming in. We'll have some data soon on the electric cars, hybrid cars. Toyota is manufacturing more and more cars that way. Ford, General Motors. We have to capture that funding because they're driving on our roads. I don't want to do a mileage base. I don't think we need to do that, but we have to have a system. Georgia just changed their system. Tennessee. So other states are starting to pick up on this, and we have to be in the forefront. We cannot sit back. I just want everyone to understand that this is a consumption fee, is all it is. You purchase your fuel, you want to be able to say, I am now going to drive on safe highways and safe bridges. If we don't do something in order to build these roads and make these bridges safe, there'll be no funding. We need to keep the pressure on. I need the business communities. We have schools, Farm Bureau, insurance companies are saying how many broken windshields are happening. My insurance rates are going to go up because there's not a pot of money there. So if we don't do this now, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, and the citizens of Kentucky don't deserve that. They need better.